Like, I just don't know why it has to look like this. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the ULTRASUN Face SPF 30 Moisturising and Anti-Aging Sunscreen. Now, if you guys have watched any of my recent sunscreen videos, you know that I recently tried out the ULTRASUN Anti-Age Anti-Pigmentation Sunscreen. That video was very insightful. But today, we are back with another ULTRASUN sunscreen. I have been using this sunscreen for the last, I would say, 5 days. So I have a very good understanding of this, and I've got lots of things to share with you on this sunscreen. Anyway, before I keep you here for any longer, let's just jump right into it. So guys, as always, I have some information on this sunscreen which I'm just gonna quickly whiz through before we get into trying and showing you guys what this looks like. Ooh, I'm very excited to show you guys. Like I said in my intro, if you watched my previous ULTRASUN sunscreen video, we all know how that went. If you've not seen that, again, please make sure you check that out after this video. After using that first ULTRASUN sunscreen, you would probably have thought that I wouldn't want to try any other ULTRASUN sunscreens, but like I said at the end of that video, there was another sunscreen that I had my eye on, and here it is. So let's start at the beginning. So you can get this on ASOS and you can also get this on Rich Skin. On ASOS, this is £22, 50ml, and this has 4.9 stars out of 5 stars, which is pretty good. And I think the rating and the reviews, I actually read the reviews this time. That was what really encouraged me to try this out. Then on the Rich Skin website, you can get this for £21.99. Rich Skin says that this sunscreen has an advanced combination of lamella broad spectrum SPF 30 protection with GSP for infrared protection, titanium dioxide for blue light protection, and ectoin. This restores optimal moisture levels, reduces the appearance of sun-induced aging, lines, wrinkles, and larger pores. This features incredibly fast absorbing, lightweight, and non-greasy textures, and this is ideal for sensitive skin. Then in terms of the key benefits, this is non-comedogenic, so it won't break you out, water resistant, fragrance free, leaves you with a velvety light skin feeling, helps to prevent sun allergies, is packed with antioxidants and ectoin, and it's made in Switzerland. So that is all of the information from the Rich Skin website, and I guess let's just get right into using. Hi gang, I feel like the floating head from Teen Angel. Okay guys, so we're in nice and close as always. I want you to take a look at my skin because one of the comments I have about this sunscreen has to do with how it makes my face look. So I'm looking nice and glowy and dewy and like a summer's day. It's nice and sunny outside today. Okay guys, so let's talk while I rub this in. I mean, you can already see it's not that bad. Oh. Like, I just don't know why it has to look like this. Like, why? So let's talk while I rub this in. So as you can see, it's kind of similar to the anti-age, anti-pigmentation sunscreen in the fact that you can see like all of this hair. It's just like all clinging. It like clings to your hairs. This doesn't want your hairs to be great. Like, it really does cling to your hairs. However, you just need to like finagle it a bit. You just need to finagle it a bit, and you can see like it kind of does settle in. I mean, like, nice, huh? The only issue is that it does kind of sit on the hair a bit. So let's talk about this sunscreen, and let's talk about what I like about this sunscreen and what I dislike about this sunscreen and whether or not I would recommend it. Right off the bat, we can see there is no white cast. I mean, apart from the hairline, but this kind of dissolves fairly quickly compared to the anti-age, anti-pigmentation sunscreen. So I like that there is no white cast. I look brown. I look nice and brown, I don't look blue. As you saw, when you first put this on your face, you go purple, but then as you rub it in, that purple does subside. And I'm like, I don't know why it insists on doing that, but that's just how it is. The main issue though is that the hairs do go a bit weird, but again, once it's settled in, like the hairs kind of dissipate. So I really like that about it. Another thing that I like about this is that this is supposed to be like a one application. For someone like me who is lazy and just the whole idea of reapplying reapplying sunscreen isn't really the nicest idea for me. I like sunscreen products that you don't have to keep reapplying throughout the day. What I dislike about this sunscreen is I just find this to be quite drying. Like, you saw what my face looked like before. I looked quite juicy and like spring summer like and like glowy, but having put this on, it's like I don't look as glowy anymore. I just look a bit like matted out. So I would say that this is probably, you know, they say this is good for all skin types. I would say if you have oily skin, then this might be better because it does kind of matte you out. If you have dry skin like I have dry skin, just make sure that you have sufficiently hydrated your skin underneath, because I've found that this is quite drying. What I've learned from this sunscreen is that I like my face to look sweaty. I want to look like I've just run a marathon and I'm like dripping in sweat, you know, like I want like I've been dipped into an oil vat, and I just feel like this is too, like, this makes me look too like clean, if that makes sense. Personally, I just love that dewy look. I think because my skin is quite dry and it gets quite peely at times, so I just really always want to look like my skin is super dewy and hydrated and moist and all of that stuff. But you know, like, it's not that bad, although I do look a bit dusty. So even though this doesn't leave you with like a white cast or a blue cast, you do tend to look a bit dusty, and it just kind of puts like a film of like grey over the top. I can't explain it, but I hope you can kind of see what I mean. Like, I just don't feel that I look as like vibrant and glowy and dewy as I looked at the start of the video. Another point that I like about this sunscreen is this does wear very well underneath makeup. So I think if you are looking for a sunscreen that you can also wear with your makeup, then this is a great sunscreen to go for, because it doesn't pill, it doesn't bunch up or anything like that. Your foundation goes on super smooth and your skin just looks really nice. Like, I've been obsessed with my makeup all week. I love that this is anti-aging. As we all know, I'm turning 30 this year, and I'm really trying to just look like young and youthful. I'm just trying to keep those early signs of aging at bay, so like fine lines, wrinkles, like sunspots and things like that. Like, I really do want to keep those at bay for as long as possible. So I like that this sunscreen is anti-aging and it kind of takes care of all of that stuff. Another thing that I dislike, similar to the anti-aging, anti-pigmentation sunscreen, the texture of the sunscreen is very, like, I don't think it's for me. Like, I don't really like the texture of the sunscreen. To be honest, this isn't as like as the anti-age and anti-pigmentation sunscreen, but it is still quite like mattifying and quite drying. And again, it just goes back to my whole thing of not really liking mattifying products. Like, I want products that just feel like nice and smooth and silky and almost like lotiony. I don't know, like, it's not moisturizing. Like, if I have dry skin, I'm not looking to this to moisturize my skin, whereas there are other sunscreens like the Black Girl sunscreen, the Supergoop Play sunscreen, even the COSRX Aloe sunscreen. Like, those are hydrating sunscreens. When you put them on your hands, you can feel how like soft and properly nourishing and hydrating and moisturizing they are, whereas this isn't that. I know in the title they describe this as moisturizing, but I don't personally find this to be a moisturizing product. I think if you have oily skin, which I do not have oily skin, so I don't know, so if you have oily skin, please do comment down below if I'm right or not. But I think if you have oily skin, this could be something that's quite nice to try, just because it does kind of matte you out. And from my experiences of wearing this throughout the day, like, I just feel like it kind of holds your sweat glands in place and you're not really sweating that much from the face. Although that could just be because I have dry skin, I don't know. But let me know if you've used this and you have oily skin. Let me know if this is good for like oil control and stuff like that throughout the day, because I think that would be very useful to know, and I would love to know that too. So I guess now onto the all important question, do I recommend this and will I be rebuying this sunscreen? Do I recommend this? To be fair, unlike the anti-age, anti-pigmentation sunscreen, I do actually recommend this sunscreen because I think it does the job well. It doesn't leave you with a white cast. It adequately protects your face throughout the day. You don't have to reapply it. Obviously, if you're like sweating or swimming or in water and that kind of stuff, you should reapply sunscreen. But if you're just kind of having a day out, you're going to work, you're spending the day at home, I love that you don't really need to reapply this throughout the day. Now, will I be buying this again? To be honest, no. Even though it has all of these really good points about it, it's like I still don't quite like love it. Like, I'm not obsessed with it, and I just think there are so many other sunscreens in the world that, one, I want to try, two, I just like a lot better than this, and three, I just think are just I like a lot better than this. That unless there was no other sunscreen that existed, I don't think I would even feel the need to buy this again or even think to buy this again. I just think for my skin that tends to get quite dry. I feel dryness deep down in the layers. This is not moisturizing or hydrating for me. This makes my skin sometimes feel a bit dry. I can appreciate that this doesn't leave a white cast, but there's more to sunscreens than whether or not it leaves you with a white cast. Like, I look brown, there's no white cast, I just look normal, but this just isn't for me and I just don't love it. But you know, that said, I'm going to keep on using this until I finish because I do like it enough that I'm going to keep on using it. But yeah, if you have used this sunscreen, as always, please make sure to leave a comment down below. That really helps other people who watch this video just to get a better understanding of how this works for lots of different people. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and in the meantime I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.